Hi folks, welcome back to my video series. My name is Lai. Today we are not going to talk about Vim, but we are going to look into the virtual disk, right? So I think most of you are creating your own lab, and most of the time you will be using VMware workstation. The next question will be is, should you put your virtual machines into the normal disk, SSD, or even NVMe as well? In my lab, I do have multiple of virtual disks, right? Now, the next question is before we run a test. So let's say if you go to the VMware workstations and you start to create the new hard disk, right? So let me show it to you. So from here, you're able to select, you select NVMe or so you select SCSI. By default, most of the time, you will create SCSI. And then, if you do have NVMe, you can select NVMe disk, which will give you a better performance. The question right now is, does it really matter? Well, what we're going to do is, we already create the particular virtual disk, right? And let's go to full screen. So from here, I created one virtual disk, NVMe virtual disk. Another one, I create a SCSI virtual disk, which is put into SSD. And the third one, I created and put it into the normal hard disk, right? All these three disks, we create the same size, just we put it into different locations, right? One put it into NVMe, another one put it into SSD, and the last one we put it into the normal hard disk. We format it as RFS with 64-bit, right? To make it similar. The tool that we're going to use right now is Crystal Disk, right? Do bear in mind, the result may be various. Let's move into the first one. Let's do the test on K. This is the normal hard disk. Well, the test for hard disk completed. Let's scroll to here. The first test is the sequential test. Second one is the same thing. The third one and the fourth one is the random test. Right? What we're going to do is let's do a screenshot of this. Next, let's test the J. Okay, this is on SSD. Run the same test. While the test for SSD completed, let's do a screenshot. Lastly, let's run on NVMe. But we're almost there. Okay, let's do a screenshot of this and let's compare all of them. We are going to arrange according to the type of this. The first one is NVMe. The second one will be SSD. And the third one will be SSD. Normal disk, right? Let's put all of them to side comparison. Well, if you look from here, the tests that make a lot of difference will be random read and write. So if you compare on the bottom, the third one and the fourth one, you'll notice that NVMe, the read and write are much more faster compared to SSD and the normal hard disk, right? If you compare with the SSD with the hard disk, you'll notice there's a slight difference. The SSD will give you a better performance compared to hard disk. But if you compare with nvme, definitely it did give you a better performance, right? Well, that's all for my test. So hopefully this particular video will help you on deciding where should you put your virtual machines if you plan to give it a better performance in terms of read and write. We strongly recommend that you buy nvme and create a virtual disk and put it into there as well. Well, that's all for today. Thank you very much. Hopefully you enjoy our particular video. If you would like to stay tuned on our next upcoming video, please do remember to click on subscribe button. That's all for today. Thank you very much and see you next time.